All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to go praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Yahawahshi, Bashim Kakadash. It's the brother Abakala Walam. Here with another hopeful edifying lesson to the elect body of Yahawah Bashim, Yahawahshi. I don't have a title for this. This is more or less a spirit of the moment. Through the spirit, I have a video here. They got Jacob here asking the question, why did Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, leave Europe, right?
What made white?
So that's what he's basically.
What made white people leave?
God damn. That's basically the question he's asking, right? And look at the bottom, the share 144, call right? It says, why did white people leave Europe, right? So what made them leave? So we're just gonna listen to it.
What made white people leave? Look at this, right? These are the beautiful places in Europe. Why would a white person leave Europe and move to somewhere like, I don't know, like Ohio, Mississippi, Alabama, New Jersey? Like, what's making y'all do that? Why would y'all leave this beautiful landscape? What are y'all running away from? You know what white people are running away from? Other white people. Even white people don't want to live amongst white people. That's why they all left. What made white people leave? Look at this, right? These are the beautiful places in Europe. Why would
And look, all the beautiful places in Europe. And keep this in mind. I got another video basically pertaining to this. Pertaining not the question, but where he said the beautiful buildings and the architecture, which Jake built this, Jake built these ancient historical buildings that still standing today. Jake built that, the self-proclaimed, not self-proclaimed, but the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the children of Israel. They built these buildings, these architectural buildings that you see today. That's why.
What made white people leave?
That's why it's so beautiful. They built these landscapes, these ancient buildings like that.
Look at this, right? These are the beautiful places in Europe. Why would a white person leave Europe and move to somewhere like, I don't know, like Ohio, Mississippi, Alabama, New Jersey? Like, what's making y'all do that? Why would y'all leave this beautiful landscape? What are y'all running away from? You know what white people are running away from? Other white people.
Other white people, and that goes for these Jayish people. You know who kicked them out of Europe? Other so-called white people. Cristobal Colon. Why he left Italy, right? Or Spain, Salakia, Spain. Because they was kicked out, and they was Sephardic Jayish people. Sephardic Jayish people. There's Ashkenazi, which are the Europeans, and then there's got the Spanish Jayish people are Sephardic. So not based upon the question, but why he was saying the architecture. Why did they leave this beautiful place? The place is beautiful. What? Right? Because Jake built it. And I got another video, right? That more or less, this one here. So this video here, you're going to understand why I said that those beautiful places in Europe, why do y'all leave that? Now listen to this one.
The comment is, white people were so smart, why didn't they build cathedrals back in Europe in the mountains? This is the Caucasus Mountains. Makes you wonder. Thank you for following me. Somebody made a comment, if white people were so smart, why didn't they build cathedrals back in Europe in the mountains? This is the Caucasus Mountains. Makes you wonder. Thank you. Somebody made.
So he's showing you when Esau was driven out to the Caucasus Mountains, this is how they was living. You know, they didn't. They are what Job. What is that Job? Might be 13. Cause they are base men. Job 30, so like yeah, right. This is Job 30. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Job chapter 30 and 1 says, "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, and whom old age had in whom old age was perished for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, and in former times desolate and waste." Right? So you see right there, they were desolate and waste. Even from the what is the Mount Seir, Petra, right? Verse 4, who cut mallows by the bushes, and juniper roots by the juniper root for their meat. They were driven forth among men. They they were driven forth from among men. They cry after them as after a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Right? Now it blinked off.
Somebody made a comment. If white people were so smart, why didn't they build cathedrals back in Europe in the mountains? This is the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, and Jake built those buildings, those ancient buildings that you see in Europe today. You know, Jake built those things, man. Um, verse 6, Job 30 and 6 says, "To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks." Right? That's them. Esau. Among the bushes they bray, under the nettles they will gather together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Right? So that's Esau, man. That's why didn't they build these luxurious places and in the Caucasus Mountains?
Makes you wonder. Thank you. Somebody made it.
The reason why things look the way they look now, these um luxurious buildings now, even Jake is more or less the architect of it anyway, But Esau put his spin on it, this, that, and the third. But Jake more or less is the builders of these places anyway, right? Because Esau is the base man. That shows you even in their history. Look, living in caves, the caveman. I mean, Caucasian means caveman or cave dweller. It's like it. Caucasian means cave dweller. Let's see what it says in the amplified version. Job 30. I'm just read out the amplified version. That would be it. Go, we talking about Esau, you know, that it is proof that they are base men, you know, right? Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, the caveman, right? Job 30:1. This says, but now those younger than I mock and laugh at me out the Amplified, whose fathers I refuse to put with with the sheepdogs of my flock. You know why? Because they practice bestiality. They indulge in that lifestyle. They are the most perverse, most profane. The book of Hebrews tell you that, right? Indeed, how could the strength of their hands profit me? Vigor has vigor has perished from them. They are gaunt. They are gaunt with want and famine. They gnaw the dry and barren ground by night. In the gloom of waste and desolation, they pluck and eat saltwort mellows among the bushes, and their food is the root of the broom of shrubs of the shrub. They are driven from the community. They shout after them as after a thief. The thief, who's the thief? Esau, Edom, the devil, come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's all Esau, Edom has been doing and still doing this day, stealing. What happened to Venezuela, just for example? That oil, they stole it. They just took it. They take people lands, they take people resources. They'll take people, meaning slavery. They are thieves. They must dwell on the slopes of the Wadis. They must dwell on the slopes of the Wadis and in the holes of the ground and in rocks. Right? What is a Wadis? I don't know what that is. Let me see what. Let's see what it says. That I don't have it. Let me see.
Wadi.
Wadis. Says in certain Arabic speaking countries, a valley, ravine, or channel that is dry except in the rainy season. Okay, so it shows you look, the rock area, and then that's Esau. This is his dwellings, cave. This is the ravines. Yeah, this is the dwelling. That's why they like to go rock climbing and all that. Esau, right? They at home. Verse 6, at the Amplified, they must dwell on the slopes of the Wadis or Wadi, and in holes in the ground and in the rocks, caves, Caucasian. Among the bushes, they cry out like the wild animals. Beneath the prickly shrub, they gather and huddle together. They are the sons of the worthless and nameless fools. They have been driven out of the land. Right? They are the sons of the worthless and nameless fools. They have they have been driven out of the land, and that's why a lot of people want Esau out. They want them out of their lands. And to this day, Middle East, for example, they that's why what happened, uh, Afghanistan. They wanted, for example, that you could, all these Middle Eastern countries where Esau has um infiltrated, um unlawfully infiltrated and took over their lands. They they wanted them out of their lands, man. Get out of my land. You need to stay out of my land. He always at Habakkuk chapter 2. Never keepeth at home. Right? He's all in other people's lands. They are the sons of the worthless and nameless fools. They have been driven out of the land, right? So that's why a lot of these other countries or other nations of people want to do to Esau anyway. So that was just something I want to do through the spirit, because the first video I showed you, he said, why would white people leave such a beautiful place as this? Look at this. Which, like I said, Jake built those buildings, man, those ancient buildings, for example. And this is Esau legacy, right? This is his legacy.
Somebody made a comment, if white people were so smart, why didn't they build cathedrals back in Europe in the mountains? This is the Caucasus Mountains. Makes you wonder. Thank you. Somebody made
Yeah, that's their legacy. So I'm gonna go and end it off there. I was edifying to the elect. Now I'm gonna say, call Yahawahshi, Yahawahshi, Rakakadash. Shalom to the next time Yahawah Ratazah, which means Lord willing. Bye, bye, bye.